This is my improvised onion drying frame. It's a garden seat. I lifted the onions about 3 or 4 days ago in bright sunshine. It was lovely. These are those Ailsa Craigs. I think I misled you at the beginning of this video. I said I sowed some seed in September. Well, I've just looked at this ticket and I actually sowed the seed on the 1st of August. And I planted these out on the 14th of April. So these went in August last year. It's now August this year. These onions have gone 12 months seed to onion. These are big onions. Go and borrow your ball again, Meg. Hey, these are big onions, aren't they, Meg? Yeah, Meg says yes. We've had some really lovely weather here at Homegrown Veg. Most of the country's in water restrictions. We're in a drought situation, but the weather forecasters are saying it's coming to an end over the next day or two, and we're going to get some thunderstorms. So what I did was, 3 or 4 days ago when I lifted the onions, when the weather was lovely and warm and sunny, I actually draped them through the bottom of that seat, and I improvised some more supports with bamboos, and I managed to get all the onions supported off the ground on that seat. So the wind was blowing through them, what wind we had, and the sun was shining on them. And they're now quite dry. This is one of my garden seats, doubling up as an onion rack. I've just added a wee bit of bamboo to the top of it just to give me more space to put onions on. They'll stay out there while the weather's fine. Once they're dried off, they'll come indoors. Right, let's put these peels of onions on top. How's that looking? Room to spare. Room to spare. What we'll do is space them out just a little bit. Make sure they all get air around them. Another onion harvesting. Yeah, we're happy with these. We're happy with these, Meg. Yes, we are. Come on then, there's a tidy up to do now. There's a tidy up to do. So what I've done is I've topped and tailed them. I've got them in those blue mushroom crates that you can see. And that's how I will be ultimately storing them in my garage. Now when I move them in there, we'll be at the back end of summer, beginning of autumn here in the United Kingdom. And I have had onions stored in that garage before, all through autumn and all through winter and into the spring of the following year. So I have actually managed to store onions for 6 months with none of them spoiling. And I've done it by simply storing them in these mushroom crates in a cool garage over the autumn and winter months, which of course are cool. So we've been in the cool, we've been in the dark, and we've been ventilated. So now what you can see is that we're still not ready to take them indoors. I want to give them a bit longer out here, but I also want to protect them from the storm that's been predicted, from the rain, and so I've covered them with a tarp. And I'm hoping to actually double this up. I'm hoping that the tarp keeps them dry and that the water runoff from that tarp runs into that strategically placed wheelbarrow, and I'll be able to utilise that water in the garden, because we're on the back end of a drought period. Although we're going to get some rain, I'm fairly sure it'll shoot off, it won't hang about for too long, and so I'm hoping to collect some rain in that barrow, which I'll then transfer into my storage boxes and water butts. We're using the mushroom crates to store the onions. As you can see, they're still outdoors on one of my garden seats. We're protecting them from the weather with a tarpaulin. We've configured it such that the tarpaulin drains any rain into the wheelbarrow, and when it stops raining we'll transfer that rainwater into one of my water butts. Hey, how about that? 2 for the price of 1. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed this video. Hope that tarp's keeping my onions dry, and as soon as I think the time's right I'll move them all indoors, stack them in those crates in my garage, and they should be good for the whole of autumn and the whole of winter, and perhaps into spring of next year. How about that? 3 recycling buckets turned into rainwater catch buckets, and 2 homemade siphons, and a piece of gutter in, shoved under a downspout. Hey, come on, homegrown veg! Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to give me a like. If you're not a subscriber, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. This is Homegrown Veg, signing out.